I know Yahweh Bashim Shad Bashim Harakakurash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who want to teach well and the hearty shalom to the elect. Alright, we're talking about the day of the Lord in this lesson, okay? And the day of the Lord is not going to be a beautiful day. Like people like to, like Christians like to say, the day of the Lord will be, what they call it, the rapture, and think that they say, they speaking of in that nature. But we know the day of the Lord is not going to be anything. It's going to be anything but a so-called good day. All right. We know the day of the Lord is going to be a lot of pain and suffering. Okay. But those that believe and hope in the Lord will He deliver you in that day. Okay. This is Revelation chapter 19 and verse 11. And it won't be a day of the Lord without the Lord. So we need the Lord to come to be the day of the Lord. And within the day of the Lord, on the Lord's return, there'll be a lot of death. There'll be a lot of sorrow. There's going to be a lot of crying. Okay. There's going to be a lot of pain and suffering, especially for those that knew to do the Lord's will and didn't do it, and two-thirds of our people and our enemies. Okay. All right. So this is Revelation chapter 19 of verse 11. It says, "And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat on him was called Faithful and True. And in righteousness he doth judge and make war." And in order to make war, or in order for war, or during the cause of war, let me say that, people die. So if the Lord is coming to make war, all right, He's going to judge and make war. That means people are going to die. Okay, all right. So in the day of the Lord, people will die. People will be dying. Okay. Verse 12 it says, "His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns, and he had a name written that no man knew but he himself." But we know the names of the Lord now. All right, Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Okay? And those crowns on his head, those many crowns on his head, he subdued all the kingdoms that was here. All right? The Babylonian Empire, the Medo-Persian Empire, the Greek Empire, the Roman Empire, and this American Empire. Okay? The Lord is taking them all down. Okay? And it says he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of Power. And it says here, "And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. And he opened, and out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations, and he should rule them with a rod of iron. And he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of Almighty power." So he came in with the anger of the Heavenly Father, all right? And what these nations have done to the Lord's people, all right? The Lord's gonna get them back for it, all right? And I'm gonna read that in Isaiah. It says here, "And he has a vesture, and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords." And that's who's coming back, man. Our Lord is coming back to set forth the land, set forth the world in a right state, okay? All right, but before that happens, before the world gets into a correct state, this place has to be taken down. America has to be taken down. And it's going to go down in the time or in the day, in the time or the day of the Lord, okay? All right? So we need the Lord to come back, okay? All right, so we can get up out of here. Because I seen a video yesterday where a man, he didn't do nothing wrong. He was trying to go to a job interview. So he left his kids at McDonald's because he didn't have nowhere else for them to be. And I guarantee you, it was either a nigger woman or a white person called the police on him, man. And now he went to jail, man. It's hard out here, man, when you're trying to do the right thing, when you can't even get the right support. And society is so against the so-called black man, um, They don't even know where the black man don't even know where to look for support. Okay, but it's okay. That's okay. All right. This is something else about the day of the Lord. This is Second Peter chapter 3 verse 10. It says, "But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up." So the Lord's gonna come quickly. His day's gonna come when nobody's expecting it. And if you're paying attention to the news, a lot of World War III talk is happening. All right, with Putin activating or calling for 160,000 troops to be instituted into his military. Because guess what? He may go to war with NATO, all right, or there may be some things happening between him and NATO, okay, all right. Then you got Iran and America, all right, with this nuclear deal, uh, and then you got I think it was China and Taiwan, things going on over there in that region of the world. There's always something going on to let you know that we are closer and closer to the end of this place, okay? But my point in saying all those things about war, once the day of the Lord hits, once Yahweh sanctions Yahweh Shai to come, all those war talks and rumors, they're going to be it's going to be gone and done away with because the war's already going to be here. All right. But the Lord's going to come like a thief in the night, and when he comes, he's coming with fierce anger. All right, and he's coming to do damage. He's coming to judge and make war. All right, he's coming to judge and make war. And we read here upon his return, the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. How is that going to happen? It's going to happen via thermonuclear missiles. Okay, chariots from the lasers from the chariots. Okay, um, this is Isaiah chapter 13. And I'm going to start at 6. It says, "How ye, for the day of Yahweh is at hand, and it shall come," and it doesn't say and like it shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. So destruction is coming on the day of the Lord. All right, let me look up that word destruction. All right, the word for destruction is shad. Is shad. Okay, the word is shad, and it's Hebrew H7701. The word is shad. It says havoc, violence, devastation, ruin. All right. Desolation, robbery, spoil, wasting. All right. Let's see what it says in the Hebrew lexicon. It says desolation, destruction, violence, oppression of the weak, oppression, oppression of the poor. All right. That's what's coming. All right. That is what's coming. All right. A destruction, violence, havoc, devastation, ruin. Okay. It says here, verse 7, it says, this is Isaiah 13:7, it says, Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt, and they shall be afraid Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed at one another. Their faces shall be as flames. Behold, the day of Yahweh cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinner thereof out of it. So the day of the Lord is not going to be nothing pretty. The day of the Lord is going to be painful. It's going to be sorrowful. All right, and it's going to be the land laid desolate. So to get a picture of that, just look at what's going on over there in the Middle East now, as far as that land. Okay, they got the Gaza and all that other nonsense that's going on. When you see a city or town be bombed, look at that aftermath. That's what a desolation looks like. All right, that's what it's going to be like on the day of the Lord, but it's going to be probably even 100 times worse. Okay. Verse 10, it says, "For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine." So the day of the Lord is going to be complete darkness, physically and literally. All right, physically is going to be dark because you may not be able to see anything because the oranges of the sky are not going to be shining. All right. And then it's going to be dark because of people's actions. People are going to be in that survival state. So if they have to kill, steal, rape, or murder, they're going to do that, man. All right, they're going to be in a survival mode. Okay. Verse 11, it says, "And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the gold wedge of Ophir." All right. So the Lord's going to make those elect men to stand out. But all the wicked, all right, 2/3 of our people, and just the wicked and proud people in general, the rest of these other nations, the Lord's going to put them down. The Lord's going to put them to death, man. Okay. Um, Let me get Isaiah 34. This is Isaiah 34:1. It says, "Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all the things that come forth of it. For the indignation of Yahweh is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies." Why? Because guess what? All these nations had a hand in the downfall and the destruction of the Lord's people. He has utterly destroyed them. He has delivered them to the slaughter. So in the day of the Lord, there's going to be a slaughter. It's going to be a mass slaughter. There's going to be mass slaughtering out there. Okay. It says their slain also shall be cast out. Their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. All right, there's gonna be a lot of bloodshed, man. All right, when I had read in Revelation 19 and 11 or 12, where the day of the Lord is gonna be, well, on the Lord's return, it says he does judge and make war. So his judgment is gonna fall upon people in the midst of that war, where they're gonna die. All right, and their bodies are gonna be all on the ground. The mountains, all right, the streets, the land is going to be soaked with people's blood, all right, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth from the vine, and as a fig from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. So part of the Lord's judgment is for the Lord's sword, which is these thermonuclear missiles, to come bomb and destroy America. All right. Verse 6, it says, the sword of Yahweh is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lamb and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. And Salakia, for Yahweh has made a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea, here in America, man. All right. It says here, and the unicorn shall come down with them, the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. For it is the day of Yahweh's vengeance and year of recompense for the controversy of Zion. So for all the wrongdoings that these nations have done unto the Lord's people, all right, the Lord's gonna get you back. The Lord got you. He's gonna utterly destroy you. All right. It says, and their streams and the stream thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become a burning pit, shall become burning pitch. That means, guess what? It's gonna be on fire, man. America's gonna be on fire. It says, it shall not be quenched day nor night. The smoke thereof shall go up forever, from generation to generation. It shall lie waste, none shall pass through it forever and ever. There you go, man. The day of the Lord is going to leave America and up in smoke. Okay? All right? Let's go over here to Zephaniah. This is Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 14. It says, the great day of Yahweh is near, it is near, and hasteneth greatly. Even the voice of the day of Yahweh, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly. Well, we just read that it's going to be a slaughter, all right, here in America, all right, and wherever else the Lord wants that slaughter to partake, okay? So, yeah, mighty men are going to be screaming and crying, hollering and whining, okay? It says the day that day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, all right? A day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness. It says here, a day of the trumpet and an alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers. And I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against Yahweh. Our people sin against the Lord, man. All right. It says, because they have sinned against Yahweh, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung. Neither shall their silver nor their gold be able to deliver them in the day of Yahweh's wrath, for the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. For he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. That's what's going to happen here in America, man. Okay? All right? That's what's going to happen here in America. The day of the Lord is going to come quick. You're not going to expect it. And it's going to be a day of judgment and war. It's going to be a day of slaughtering. It's going to be a day of killing. You're going to see babies dead, old people dead, young men, young women, old men, old women. All right? It's going to be horrible out here, man. But that's why you got to stay within the ministry to the best of your ability. Do what it is that's pleasing unto the Lord, and keep fighting, man. Lord will use edify to the next time. Shalom.